Time has run out of bottle. You're all getting a good idea, coward.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Why do people have a fight I think that we should.
Well, it's such a shame because that seems to be the thing that everybody else is talking about more than top of the bill.
Tyson Fury tears into Dillian Whyte, mocking his heart, courage, and even giving him a new name, Freely. Fury isn't joking. He's straight up calling Whyte a coward. In Fury's eyes, Dillian is done. No fight, no bottle. Just someone ready to give up when the pressure.
Talked about a lot, didn't he? He won't fight this, he won't fight that. Who's a coward now, coward? Who's a shithouse now? You useless.
Well sounds fed up and takes aim at Dillian Whyte's reputation. From bad habits to quitting in big moments, he's had enough of the excuses. This isn't just criticism, it's pure frustration from inside the boxing world. Coldwell is basically saying Whyte has become a black mark on the sport.
I'm a bit sick of it, to be honest. I feel as though the sport needs. We always used to take this. When I was younger, I remember cyclists had a bad reputation. Everybody was cheap. Had a really bad reputation.
Tyson Fury also sees this as perfect timing for Moses Itauma's rise. Whyte's been inactive, slowed down, and is far from his prime. Fury hints that Whyte might have nothing left. This isn't the old beast. It's a faded fighter hanging on to stay relevant. For Moses, the timing couldn't be better.
That's a good fight, actually, especially for Moses. I think it's a very good time to fight Dillian. He's had a couple of years out in the ring. But, you know, make no mistakes, Dillian Whyte is a massive puncher. It's a head and body. I know he's taking it very serious. I'm speaking to Ty Mitchell, who's in training camp with him. Looking forward to the fight. You know, it's a big step up for Moses because he hasn't really fought anybody on Dillian's level. The old Dillian, who was a couple of years ago. It's going to be interesting to see how much that Dillian wants.
Johnny Nelson tries to defend Dillian, saying he's not ducking fights, but it doesn't sound convincing. There's doubt in his voice, like he's not sure of himself. Even insiders know Whyte isn't the fearless fighter he used to be. This could be his last big chance.
He's no longer the challenger. He's the inside. He's the one that can predict. He's not the opponent. So he's going to make the most of the opportunity that he's in. But I don't believe that he doesn't want to fight.
He's not attacking, is he? Because
Dave Allen keeps it light with humor, but the insult still stings. He jokes about Whyte folding under pressure. When fighters start calling you chairman of the quick committee, it means the locker room has lost respect for you. And in boxing, that's deadly.
You know what? It's a reason to say it's not everything to say I'm saying I'm top quitter, I guess. Anyway.
When even Anthony Joshua is backing Moses Itauma to win, you know the hype is real. AJ doesn't hand out compliments easily, yet here he admits he's studying Moses, meaning the young fighter is already on the radar as a serious contender. While Moses is earning respect, Dillian Whyte is crumbling under ridicule. Fans aren't just doubting his power anymore, they're mocking his past withdrawals, failed drug tests, and disappearing acts before big fights. The talk has shifted from, can Dillian still do it? To, will he even show up clean? Meanwhile, Moses is surrounded by a strong team, staying sharp, hungry, and professional. The contrast couldn't be clearer. One man is building a legacy, the other is fighting to stop his name from becoming a punchline. AJ's words only confirm it. This is the young lion's time.
Honestly, a really good team. I think he's got a really good team now. After being still studying now.
respectful. But in boxing, gatekeeper means you're no longer a real threat. Once you're given that label, your days at the top are over. And that might be a generous take considering Whyte's recent behavior. This is a man who's pulled out of fights, failed drug tests, and lost all momentum. He was once close to fighting for world titles. Now, he's just a test you give to your up-and-coming prospect. Moses Itauma isn't just expected to win. People expect him to stop Whyte. That's how far Whyte's stock has dropped. Nelson admits it's a good matchup, but the subtext is clear. This is Moses' chance to make a statement by taking out a once-feared name who's now seen as vulnerable. For Whyte, it's do or die. For Moses, it's just the beginning.
What do you make of Itauma versus Dillian Whyte?
It's a good fight. Dillian Whyte likes to fight. You like to terror. You know, you can't miss his time for one. He'll fight anyone and everybody. So with Dillian, it's a good fight. You'll test his mind. He might be getting.
Ade Oladipo nails it. Dillian Whyte's problems don't start in the ring. They start outside. From failed drug tests to broken commitments, his decline is as much about discipline as it is about skill. Calls to see the old-school Dillian feel desperate, because the current version just isn't delivering. Moses, only 20, grew up watching Whyte throw tables at press conferences. But now that wild energy is gone, it's symbolic. The danger is gone, replaced by memories. While Moses is on the rise, Whyte is chasing a past version of himself that may never return, and fans see it. Online trolls keep bringing up the scandals, the withdrawals, and his lack of consistency. Unless something changes in a big way, this fight won't be a war. It'll be a statement win for Moses, and maybe the final curtain for Whyte.
You want to see the old school Dillian Whyte that wasn't afraid of anyone, wouldn't put it on anyone, because Moses is still only 20. And I always feel like if Dillian is a path to victory, it might start from outside first, and then we'll see. Because there would have been a time when Moses is grown up and he's watching Dillian Whyte.
Tony Bellew speaks with total conviction, and when he puts Moses Itauma in the same conversation as Alexander Usyk, you know this kid is the real deal. Bellew calls Moses unbelievable, not just for what he's shown so far, but for how high his ceiling could be. Size might be a talking point, but so what? Usyk already proved that doesn't matter. Bellew knows boxing is about movement, IQ, timing, and heart, and Moses has it all. The way Bellew talks about him, you'd think he's describing a future pound-for-pound great. Maybe he is. Compare that to Whyte, who came up the hard way but is now doubted, ridiculed, and written off. Failed tests, questionable dedication, and repeated pullouts have left his name in ruins. Moses, meanwhile, is clean, focused, and respected by legends like Bellew. That alone shows where this fight is headed. This isn't just about potential anymore. It's about proving it. Bellew clearly sees Moses as the future champion who could retire Whyte for good.
But he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent. I think he's got a good team around him. Ben Davison and Wiley is the brains that study everything, and they use what we call video analysis now in boxing. They're the one team.
Ben Davison sums up the crazy expectations around Moses Itauma perfectly. Think about it. Dillian Whyte, a top 5 heavyweight not too long ago, is now being talked about as a 2 or 3 round victim. Not because he's suddenly awful, but because Moses is that good. Davison points out how the hype around Moses has already passed most rising contenders. People aren't just picking him to win, they're expecting a dominant, brutal statement. And this isn't just from casual fans, it's from trainers, ex-champions, and insiders who've been around the elite. Whyte's decline isn't only about age or inactivity, it's about trust. Fans don't trust him anymore after failed tests, withdrawals, and lack of focus. His name has turned into a running joke, with people asking if he'll even show up. Moses, on the other hand, has become the model of what a heavyweight should be: young, hungry, powerful, and serious. Davison makes it clear, this fight isn't a 50-50, it's a stage, and Moses is expected to use it to crush a former contender and announce himself as a future king.
When people, a lot of the time, a lot of the general public the expectations almost like it's a 2 or 3 round job for Moses. And my opinion, if there was any other heavyweight in the world boxing Dillian Whyte, they wouldn't say it's a 2 or 3 round job. So I think that just tells you how highly people think of Moses.
When Eddie Hearn calls someone exceptional, it's never by accident. He's seen the best of the best come and go, and he knows exactly what championship DNA looks like. According to Hearn, Moses isn't just promising, he's proven. His long, decorated amateur career shows he didn't get here through hype. He earned it by dominating across Europe, collecting wins fight is the ultimate test for Moses Itauma. Forget hype videos and highlight clips. This is where he proves he belongs with the top heavyweights. And Oliver doesn't just think he'll win, he thinks he'll do it in style. That's a big claim, especially against someone like Dillian Whyte, who, despite his decline, has shared the ring with some of the best in the world. But the truth is, Dillian's name no longer carries fear. Years of failed drug tests, late withdrawals, and broken promises have stripped that away. Moses is everything Whyte no longer is. Disciplined, consistent, and hungry. Oliver genuinely believes Moses will be a world champion, and it's not empty talk. He sees it in the sharp movement, the composure under fire, and the sting in his punches. This fight isn't just a test, it's a statement. If Moses performs under the lights and takes Whyte out decisively, the whole division will have to take notice. For Whyte, it could be the final bell. For Moses, it could be the first page of a long, dominant career.
Everything, because he knows it's last chance saloon for him. He needs the victory here. So, look, we find out just how good Moses Itauma is. I think on the 16th of August when he boxes Dillian Whyte, because I think he wins it and wins it in style. But everyone they put in front of him so far, he's just dismantled. I think this kid's going to go on and on.
This isn't just another fight on the heavyweight calendar. It's a turning point. If Moses Itauma dominates Dillian Whyte, it won't just confirm the hype. It could end Whyte's run as a serious contender. 4 years, Whyte's name had big fights, big moments, and big drama. But now, he's fighting not just Moses, but the weight of his own past, the failed drug tests, the pulled-out fights, and the fans who stopped believing. Moses represents the new wave, young, clean, and dangerous. At just 20, he's already being talked about as a future champion. The pressure is huge, but so is the opportunity. If he blows through Whyte, the message will be clear. There's a new force in the division. But what if Whyte pulls off one last shot? What if he drags Moses into deep waters and tests him in ways he's never been tested? It would be the ultimate twist in a career full of surprises. Still, momentum, focus, and form all point toward Moses. He looks ready to carry British heavyweight boxing into its next era. One man is fighting for relevance, the other for legacy.